What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninjas Top 5 Filthiest Pitches of the Day. We're going to kick it off with the honorable mentions. First, I have Jordan Romano for this White Castle special. Next, I have Ryan Helsley for this wicked slider and heater. Then I have Griffin Jax for K'ing the side with this filth. David Bednar for this splitter and fastball. Reed Garrett for these splitters. A big appearance for Reed Garrett. And lastly, Dustin May for these wicked sweepers. He had a Dolly Parton game with 9 Ks in 5 innings. He did give up 3 runs, but had this beautiful painted backdoor sweeper that broke 18 inches to the plate. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, Jhoan Duran for this knuckle curve. That's filthy. He was tied with Jack Flaherty for his knuckle curves. Flaherty had 8 Ks and 6 scoreless innings. Here's an overlay of Flaherty's fastball and knuckle curve. You can see why that combination is filthy. Well, as a hitter, you'd have a hard time with that knuckle curve. At number 4, Joe Ryan for these frisbee sweepers. He had 5 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 1 run. And I'm really digging Joe Ryan's sweeper this year. It's filthy. At number 3, Hunter Brown for this knuckle curve that picked up a sword. He had 8 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 1 run and no walks. Another great outing from Hunter Brown. Kind of an underrated ace.
Yeah, Ninja, it seems like a lot of people are starting to notice this guy because the Sage MLB Power Rankings have him at number 1 in baseball, which might be high.
I think it's a little high. I mean, he's good. And if I was an Astros fan, I'd have him number 1. But in a world that Tarek Skubal pitches in, I'm not sure about that. At number 2, Cade Horton for these 4-seam fastballs. I'm putting it in quote because these are actually cutters. Cade Horton's fastball cuts so much, you've got to call it a cutter. You can see here with his release, his hand's kind of angled, which actually causes his fastball to cut. Apparently, to the surprise of everybody. Hitters are surprised. Catchers are surprised. Announcers are surprised.
What is that?
I don't know if Cade Horton's surprised. I was a little surprised. I did know his fastball cut, but I mean, an uncatchable 4-seam fastball, that's insane. He had 6 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. And I love this pitch. And at number 1, we have Carlos Rodón for his sliders, especially this back foot slider. He had 10 Ks and 7 scoreless innings, an outstanding outing for him. Gave up only 5 hits. His ERA this year is now 2.6. He also had the most swings and misses on the day with 21. He painted with his changeup, had this nasty 2-seamer. Here's an overlay of his fastball and slider. You can see why that combination would get you to swing and miss. He also had this amazing play. I mean, looking at Carlos Rodón, does he scream athlete to you, Will?
Not exactly, Ninja.
But he is an athlete. You know, he's actually had my play of the year a few times. Like, this dude can play the field just like Derek Jeter. I don't know if anybody can actually play the field like Derek Jeter did, if you know what I mean.
Hi-yo.
But he does a Jeter here. Look at this. Let's give him his props. Excellent job, Carlos Rodón. You're proving that pitchers are athletes. Now on the Ninja notes, Ranger Suarez had 8 Ks and 6 scoreless innings. It's really good yesterday. He faced off against Spencer Strider, who was also solid with 7 Ks and 4 2/3 innings, gave up only 1 hit and 1 run. Is Quadzilla back? Well, his fastball velo wasn't back, but the results were good. Even though he kind of nailed Bryce Harper here. That sucked. I mean, you hit Bryce Harper in Philly, you're going to hear it for the rest of your life.
X-rays came back negative at least.
Yeah, that's good. Phillies fans will never forget it. Andre Palante had 7 Ks and 5 2/3 innings, had these sliders. I thought his slider looked really good. Logan Webb had 10 Ks and 6 innings. He did give up 3 runs, but his stuff was nasty. Tylor McGill had 6 Ks and 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. Aaron Savali had 4 Ks and 5 innings, giving up only 1 run. Faced off against Richard Fitz. Good old Dick Fitz. Had 2 Ks and 3 scoreless innings and had this sweeper. Brady Singer had 3 Ks and 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. German Marquez had some wicked knuckle curves. He had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. I do love his stuff if he pitched anywhere other than Colorado. Bowden Francis had 6 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits. Corbin Burns had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. And Logan Evans had 4 Ks in 8 innings, giving up only 1 run.
Ninja, we're diving in today with dual dingers from Big Dumper, numbers 18 and 19 for the year, in a blowout over the Nats. Next, we're headed over to KC, where Ellie De La Cruz also had a pair of pimp jobs. Double De La Cruz missiles. First was 430 and change. Second was 451. Just absolute missiles from De La Cruz. Next, Ninja, we got the obligatory showdown here with the MLB leading 20th jack for the Japanese jackhammer.
The Japanese jackhammer nickname is going to stick. I know during this game, someone from the Guardians came up to the booth and said they have never seen a hitter hit a ball so deep and be able to hit it out. The Japanese jackhammer is just jacking that hammer.
Well said, Ninja. But next, we got Brian Reynolds with his 8th inning 3-run heart rip in the desert. Pirates were down 6-0 in this game and finally got their bats working, and they won 9-6 after this game-winning dong. But the dong of the day reluctantly goes to Christian Yelich for ripping my heart out as he had this walk-off grand slam against my beloved Red Sox. Just a devastating loss as the Brewers got off the schneid and tied it in the bottom of the 9th. And then Yelly had this absolute overkill homer as a sac fly would have just been fine. But regardless, rule number 7 of the Dong Corner, Ninja: if you have a walk-off granny, you're getting donged.
Hey, you never want a dong shame.
It's the last thing I'll do.
Especially on this show. I do not want to be dong shamed.
Amen.
And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. There's a squirrel on the field.
Here, but squirrel.
It's too bad that Doug from Up wasn't there.
I don't see it.
I need a squirrel.
Where's it at?
Squirrel.
Master, and he made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel!
My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start out with Paul Skeens for 6 Ks or more, then take Zach Wheeler for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Pablo Lopez for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?